Hey! You're Lily, right? You can call me Judith, but I'm sure you already know about me, right? I happen to be your husband's previous wife. Are you surprised to be hearing from me of all people? I'm sure you are right now. Hello? Well, whatever. I'm sure that this is your number and that you are getting all these texts right now. Well, listen here. I happen to have a request for you now that you're married to my ex-husband. I just left my kid at the front door of the apartment you both are living in now. I'd like for you to look over them while I'm gone, all right? I'm going to be late for my plane. I need to get going to the airport right now. What? Who even are you? Oh my, so you're going to respond to me like that now? I told you just who I am a few minutes ago. I happen to be your husband's ex-wife. Huh? My husband's, and you're his ex-wife? What are you talking about right now? Ooh, perhaps he's really never even told you about me before? Well, that child I just dropped off by your front door, it's your husband's. That's the child that he and I had with one another. And when he and I got divorced, I took custody of the child and have been raising them all this time. However, I just happened to get myself a new boyfriend, and right now I'm on the way to Hawaii with that boyfriend of mine. So for the next month while I'm out of the state, I want you guys to take care of his kid. Hold on for just a moment. I don't even have a husband right now. What? And actually, what is this about you leaving a child at the front door of my apartment? I don't even have an apartment as I'm living with my parents, and this place is a house. It's not even a place that you could even mistake for an apartment or a rental house at that. I believe that you must have the wrong number or something because none of your story is matching up with my life. Can you check the number you're texting one more time for me? But you're Lily, right? So that means you're the same woman that my ex-husband is married to. And that child I've left with you is my ex-husband's child, your current husband's. So since you're his wife now, you get to watch over the kid for 1 month or so until I'm back home. Understand? But here's the thing, I don't have anyone I call my husband right now. Oh, is that right? From what I've heard, you're not even able to make a baby, right? Huh? I'm sure that you're super jealous of the fact that I've had a baby with your husband, but there's no helping that, now is there? Well, I'll let you have a month to experience just what it's like to have to care for and raise a kid of your own. Have fun now. Wait, I haven't even seen any child around this house whatsoever. Shut the hell up and just take care of my kid. You have 1 month to love that child for me until I'm back home. Now I'm going to be blocking you and your husband's phone numbers. Hold on for just 1 second, please. See you later. I literally have zero clue what you've been talking about this whole time. What the hell is going on here? Angela, I think that I've just been wrapped into something really strange and have no idea what to do about it. What's going on with you then? Well, I got this really odd text from someone I've never heard of before. And it has something to do with this person dropping off their kid at my parents' house? Well, actually, she said it was at my apartment door where she dropped her kid off, but I don't have an apartment right now, right? But she didn't believe me and said that I'm going to have to care for her kid now, but I don't even know where this kid is or what apartment they're at. Can you please give me some advice on what's going on here? Do you know who this strange woman might even be? Hold on a sec. My parents just called for me. Huh? All right then. Thank you for waiting, Lily. I'm sorry that I had to get up and leave right when we started to talk. Actually, something really crazy just happened here, and it's not good. What's happening with you all now? At the apartment that my older brother and his wife are living at, his ex-wife dropped off their 5-year-old daughter that he had with her and left. Huh? They just left that kid there? For the time being, he's going to bring his daughter back to his parents' house, and there they'll figure out what to do with her. But he's not even able to get a hold of his ex at all, and having to take on a kid who he was never given custody of is a real problem for him and his wife. So this is about Brennan's kid then, right? I never knew that he got remarried. Ah, that's right. He did a little while back, I think. And in your case, you used to be his girlfriend, so I wasn't really sure when the best timing was to tell you about him and his new wife. I'm sorry that I'm only getting around to telling you now after the fact that I told you about his problem. You don't have to be sorry about it. I've always known that Brennan has a lot of women in his life, and that he wanted to see other people. So we both broke up, agreeing it would be for the best for both of us in the long run. So you really don't need to worry about me when you talk about him, because I have no hard feelings. All right, thank you. But right now, we really don't have to talk about him and his current wife. What we need to talk about is his daughter and the fact that I think I'm wrapped into that situation for some reason. Wait, what? Well, look, I happened to get an odd text from this woman named Judith just a little bit ago. Judith, huh? That's the woman that used to be married to Brennan. I knew it had something to do with you guys. Well, right now, that Judith woman has me confused with whoever your brother is married to and thinks that I have to care for his daughter. She told me she left her child in front of my apartment door and that she'd be gone for 1 month with her boyfriend in Hawaii. And she told me that I'm the one that'll have to watch after her kid now. Are you kidding me? I have no idea why she ended up thinking my number happened to be Brennan's wife's number. I'm going to bring my brother over here now. All right. He's here. He's telling me that every 3 months he's been going out to see his daughter, but his ex-wife Judith comes along with them. And at one point she asked for him to remarry her, but Brennan was going out with you at the time and told her no. Ah, actually, during that time I had a little peek at his phone while he was talking with someone. That was probably him talking to Judith about it. He doesn't seem to really hide a lot of his personal issues from others, and perhaps that's why you were able to notice something on his phone like that. So this all has to do with him and his ex's daughter, then? Right now, Brennan is saying sorry for having this all affect you in some way. Tell him that it's all right. By the way, do you think it's a good idea for me to screenshot everything Judith and I talked about and send those to you? I think that she was really trying to talk with Brennan's wife about this, so she should be made aware, right? I'm sorry, but could you please do that for us? Right now, none of us even talk with her anymore because we all cut ties to her, so you're our only way of seeing what's going on here. I see. I'll send you the screenshots right away. Thank you, Lily. That'll help us a lot. Lily, thank you for those screenshots. Right now, both my brother and his wife are very thankful for these. I just wanted to let you know that. I'm glad to hear that they're thankful for them. And so, we all plan on handling this issue on our side here, but it seems that now Judith has gone and blocked Brennan's number. And since he can't talk with her now, there's no way for him to tell Judith that you're not his wife and have no connection to any of this. Ah, that's very true. Then the next time I hear something from Judith, I'll send you a text and let you know what's going on with her. How's that sound? Perfect. I'd really like you to do that for us. All right then, leave that up to me then. I am so very sorry that we have to keep relying on you for something you have no part in. Right now, my brother is trying to think of ways to get you out of all this, so just give him a little longer, and I'm sure he'll think of something. But for the time being, you'll just have to hang tight. No worries, Angela. I really hope that this all can be resolved very soon. Lily, this would be Judith, and I just happened to get back into town. Thank you so much for taking great care of my daughter for me. I told you already, I have never been married to anyone and have no recollection of anyone ever being my husband before. Yeah, whatever. And about all that, since you already have her in your care, I'd like to leave my daughter with you forever now. While I was in Hawaii with my boyfriend, he went ahead and proposed to me. And when it comes to my now fiancé, he is a man of great wealth and would have what many call a proper physique. And since he's so good, I don't really want my daughter getting in the way of us anymore. So you can go ahead and keep her for me. She's not my problem anymore. You already happen to have problems making babies, so think of this as a heartwarming present from me. So please, take her away from me and keep her as your own now. So what you're saying is that you're giving the rights to your daughter to Brennan? And since your daughter is already in the care of both him and his wife, you won't have any complaints about that, right? That's a good point. Well, I'd much rather he have full custody of her now, as that leaves no way of me being responsible for her. Go ahead and tell him that's totally fine with me. Sounds good. Then in the next few days, I'm going to assume you'll most likely get a call from his lawyer that he'll be working with, and I'd like you to answer to them. Will do. And one last time, I'd like to tell you this. I am not Brennan's wife and have never been. You're still going to go on about that? I happen to be Brennan's ex-girlfriend, and the two of us broke up over a year and a half ago. What? And then after breaking up with me, he happened to marry another woman. So as of right now, that's what I know about his situation. I just wanted to let you know that your daughter has been fed and housed by them for the last month and that they will be taking her in for good now. You really cannot give that crap up, can you? Always gotta try and make me believe something as ridiculous as that now. I've already said that you're keeping my daughter now, so you can shut up about all that. Bye now. Lily? I am not letting you guys have my daughter anymore. Give her back to me right now. I've already heard from those two that all the paperwork has been completed and that she's now their daughter. That guy that proposed to me before happens to be no good, and he told me things are off now because he found out I had a kid. And so he's gone and left me for dead now. What? You kept the fact that you have a daughter a secret from that man? Well, I had no other choice, all right? It's way too difficult for younger men to want to be with women like me who have a kid already with someone else, right? Well, I'm not really going to comment on that one, but come on, Judith. You can't just hide the fact that you have a child from your boyfriend like that, thinking he'd be okay marrying later when he finds out. I don't need that crap from you right now. I just want my baby back, so hurry up and hand her over to me. If you don't, I am no longer going to get any kind of money from Brennan as child support for her. I see. So that's why you ended up giving full custody of your guys' daughter back when you both divorced. It was all about that money from him. And it wasn't even like there was something wrong with Brennan anyway that made the court choose to give you full custody. I heard that you happened to have been cheating on him at the time, and when he asked for a divorce, you made up this whole story so that you could get your daughter from him. And it wasn't even about her. Who the hell cares about the past? Right now, all we need to be focused on is the fact that I don't want you guys to have her anymore. I'm her real mother, and I don't approve of this anymore, so give her back now. You're wasting your time telling me that. Me telling you all this will make things go a lot quicker for me since you're his wife. My God, I have told you this too many times now. I do not have a husband. No husband. The woman that's married to Brennan right now is a completely different person from me. And I told you, you can give all of that crap up now. Give me my dang kid back. You're not mentally stable, are you? I'm blocking you now. Wait, why are you blocking me? Because Judith never seemed to get a grasp of the situation I had been explaining to her, the lawyer that Brennan had been working with talked to her for the rest of us and gave her the same explanation. And when she had finally learned that she'd been talking to the wrong woman this whole time, her face turned bright red. And right as the lawyer told her that, she picked up her smartphone and completely wiped all the conversation we had and my contact off of it. After that, she was not able to get any more money from Brennan for her daughter, and instead, she had to start paying him. And because of this, she ran to his apartment and started to bang on his door while screaming for him to let her have her daughter back. And right as she was about to kick the door in, the new renter of that apartment opened it and looked her square in the eyes. Apparently, Brennan and his wife moved back into his parents' house. Now that they both have a kid to take care of. With Judith no longer having her rich boyfriend with her and with her not receiving child support anymore, she had to start working a job. But she was fired from that job not even a week after getting it for some reason. And that left her with a life where every day she has to be worried about where her next meal will be coming from.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Stefan. Looks like you haven't come to work yet. You just too lazy or something? At least pretend to be sick and make a call or something. Oh, it's you, Dante. Hello. I'm going to be absent from work today. No, not because I'm just too lazy to come. Alright, that's what everyone says. If you're going to be absent, at least tell the manager about it, will you? Because he was pretty mad back there. Yeah, but didn't the manager just answer the phone right now? Hold on. I think he did. Was that you? Yeah, that was me telling him I would be absent today. Sorry for being late to tell you guys, but I just got into an accident at the station. Oh, he just told us you were going to be absent right now. What's the incident you're talking about then? Oh, he said you sprained your wrist on your way to work at the station? Are you seriously that clumsy? There was a woman who was pickpocketed and I was chasing the culprit. Uh-huh, seriously? What, did you get into a fight or something? Yeah, I managed to catch him and we got into a fight. That's when I sprained my wrist. Luckily, it was my left hand and not my right, so I can still use my phone like I'm doing right now. Is that so? That's like the standard story someone who's going to be late for work makes up. What's so funny about this? Well, there were people who saw what happened, so I have proof that I'm not making this up. Witnesses? Oh, really? So you're not coming to work because you're going to the doctor or something? No, I already went to the doctor. But I got questioned by the police and stuff, so I decided to take a leave today since there's still some things I need to take care of. I'll come to work tomorrow. Huh? But if you can't use your left hand, then how are you going to use your computer? What's the point in coming in if that's the case? Oh, I know. You're probably going to get fired. Hold on. I think that's the only possibility for you now. You're getting fired. Do you know what getting fired means? Besides, there's work I can do that doesn't require a computer. Apparently, I'm supposed to train a new employee starting from tomorrow. What? Really? How are you going to train an employee when you can't use your left hand, though? I really have the feeling they're just going to fire you. I mean, there's no point in keeping you as an employee if you can't work, is there? Our company isn't so black as to fire me just because I can't use a computer temporarily. And I don't need to use my left hand to train an employee. All I have to do is show them how things are done inside this company, apparently. Fine. Maybe you aren't getting fired after all. But it just means that you're never going to get a promotion now. I don't know how getting injured means I won't be able to get a promotion anymore, but they just called me to pay my tab, so bye now. Okay, bye, Stefan. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Hello, Stefan. This is Irene, the person you saved at the station this morning. Thank you again for what you did.
Good evening, Irene.
Is it alright if I text you like this? If you want, I could also call you on the phone if you can't type well with your injured wrist and all.
No, it's fine. I was the type of person who would only use my right hand when typing anyway, so there's not much of a difference.
Is that so? Isn't that a little slower than using both hands, though? Oh, never mind. Just tell me if typing is getting difficult for you then.
I didn't know. Maybe it is slower. I'll try getting used to typing with both hands once my left wrist is healed. Oh, and thanks for the consideration, but still, I was surprised when you told me that you were the new employee whose first day of work at our office was going to be tomorrow.
I was surprised to know that you worked there as well. To think that the person who saved me at the station was going to be my instructor. I guess coincidences like this do actually happen, huh?
Yep. But if you find it inconvenient having me as your instructor, then be sure to tell someone without delaying. I heard that you were a very competent worker, so I don't think my injury is going to be that much of a problem for you, though. It's best for both of us if you consider work as just that, and don't worry about how I would feel, so no need to refrain.
Alright, I understand. Anyways, would you like to go to work together tomorrow? I know you probably haven't gotten used to getting around with only one hand yet, so...
What?
You said the nearest station to our house was the same, right? I know that not being able to use your left hand is going to be a big inconvenience for you, as well as a lot of other things. So, if you want, I can make you some food too. Would you like me to bring you a lunchbox tomorrow?
I really appreciate your consideration, but that's going to be a lot of work for you, isn't it? There's no need to force yourself to help me if you don't really feel like it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a girlfriend or something?
No, I've been a bachelor for 5 years now.
I see. If that's the case, then I want to help you as a way of showing thanks for what you did this morning. So please let me support you if you're fine with that.
All right, I'll take you up on your offer then. I haven't had someone make a lunchbox for me ever since high school when my mom would make me one. To be honest, even though I was a bit apprehensive at letting you help me at first, I'm thankful because my parents live really far away and it's going to be difficult for them to come and help me. I'm truly thankful for your offer, Irene.
Thank you for accepting my offer. It's the least I can do to repay you after all. Well then, I'll see you tomorrow, Stefan. Oh, and I almost forgot. What do you want me to make for your lunchbox?
Anything's fine, really. I'm not a picky eater. Well, see you tomorrow then. I'll be counting on you, I guess. Huh? What in the world is the meaning of this? Who's that beautiful woman you came to work with today? What are you doing bringing a woman like that to work? You said you were a bachelor. She's not my girlfriend, Dante. And I know she's beautiful, but would you please calm down? She's the woman I saved from being pickpocketed yesterday. What? Seriously? Why is she here then? This is a huge coincidence, but apparently she's the new employee our company hired, and today's going to be her first day at work. Seriously? Damn, Stefan. This has got to be the luckiest thing to ever happen to you, right? Work comes first, Dante. I'm not about to get distracted just because she's beautiful. Apparently she was going to the office yesterday to get familiar with the route to the office. That's when she was unlucky enough to become the target of a pickpocketing. Huh? Are you kidding me? Jesus, how I wish I could be you right now. I mean, now you get to spend time with a beautiful woman. It was a very unfortunate event for her, so don't say that. It's rude. Hold on. You said that you were going to be the instructor for a new employee, right? Are you going to be her instructor? Our manager told me about it before yesterday's events. Shit! You're even luckier than I thought. Alright, I've decided. I'll do your job training the new employee for you. I mean, I guess we could ask the manager if you could be our instructor instead, but... It's obvious you're being tricked somehow. I mean, seriously. That the beautiful woman you saved also happened to be a new employee at our company? It's just too good to be true. What do you mean I'm being tricked? We just met each other and all she's done is be kind and considerate towards me until now. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Things don't go this well in the real world, Stefan. She probably knew that you were going to be her instructor beforehand. At first, she's going to act like a helpless but beautiful woman, and in the end, she's probably going to make you her servant or something. And you're not going to notice what's happening to you because she has seduced you and couldn't think straight anymore. Maybe she's even planning on becoming your girlfriend just to disappear with all the money in your bank account one day. What in the world are you talking about, Dante? You watch way too many of those weird YouTube videos, dude. I'm telling you things like that actually happen. You probably don't want it to happen to you, right? But I, on the other hand, am quite alright with being seduced by a beautiful woman and made to be her servant, which is why I'll do your job instructing her for you. You should just forget about this and get back to work or something. Besides, what use are you going to be to her when you can't even use your left hand? Just let me lend you a hand here, alright? Thanks for your consideration, but no need. Huh? You just want to have this beautiful woman to yourself, don't you? Her name is Irene, and it's less that I want to have her to myself, but more that I don't trust you to do your job as an instructor. Besides, not being able to use my left hand isn't going to be that big of a problem, it seems. You see, I talked with the manager this morning. Apparently Irene, the woman I came with today, is extremely competent. Huh? What do you mean extremely competent? So you're telling me not only is she beautiful, but she's some sort of prodigy as well? Well, kind of. You see, Irene was apparently hired by our company as a target of our headhunting. She was hired via headhunting? Wow. Yes, I'm going to be her instructor, but really all I have to do is explain how things work in this company and teach her about stuff only we do. Oh, and apparently she's one of the candidates for a future executive. Seriously? God, I'm so jealous of you, Stefan. Come on, it's unfair how you get this beautiful woman all to yourself. What is it now? I already told you it's not like that, Dante. I have no intention of bringing in private matters into the office. So you do admit that there's something between you two. You see, there are some people who say that you two are a good couple or actually dating when they see you guys walking together, and I can't stand it. Come on, Dante. We're not high schoolers anymore. Be a bit more professional, please. There are more important things than work, Stefan. She makes your lunch boxes for you too, right? Yeah, she says that it would be difficult for me to make my own food or go out for lunch if I can't use my left hand, which is why she's making me lunch boxes. You guys go to and from work together, right? Yes, but that's because the nearest station to our house is the same, and she says that getting on crowded trains with an injured left hand would be difficult. I'm so jealous of you. Obviously, she's just using your injury as an excuse to get closer to you. Didn't you notice that? I already told you, Dante, we're not actually dating. Seriously? Are you telling me the truth right now? I mean, since when did people start dating after only meeting a few days earlier? It's unusual. Thank God. This means that I have a chance with her. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but don't cause her any trouble, alright?
Stefan?
Irene, thanks for your work today again.
Help me.
Huh? What's the matter?
I'm being chased by Dante.
What? Dante? What do you mean he's chasing you?
I went to the convenience store to buy some stuff, and he ambushed me at the entrance of my apartment.
Huh? How does he even know where you live?
No, he probably followed me on my way from work one day.
Seriously? After I had specifically told him not to cause you any trouble. Alright, tell me what happened.
He was trying to go to the convenience store with me, so I panicked and tried to go back to my apartment, and he started chasing me, and then he managed to block my way to the entrance. He started approaching me, and he almost was able to push me against the wall.
He was trying to push you against the wall?
Yes, but I managed to escape, and now I'm hiding in a bathroom at the second floor of a crowded building near the station.
What in the world is he thinking? Alright, I think I know where you are. I'll come and get you.
Huh?
If you're with me, then I don't think he's going to try and do anything crazy. Meet me at our usual spot when I tell you. Then we'll get on the taxi and flee. Don't worry. I was able to fight off a thief, wasn't I?
What?
I'll contact you once I'm near our location.
I got it. I'm so sorry, Stefan, for getting you into this mess, but I'm waiting for you.
Stefan, why are you here? That's exactly what I wanted to ask you. I knew that you were attracted to Irene, but I never thought that you would become a stalker or something. I'm not a stalker. I'm just doing my best to get closer to Irene. Yeah, so you followed her on your way home to find out where she lived? And you tried to push her against the wall after ambushing her? And when she was clearly scared and fled, you chased after her all the way here? What the hell do you think you're doing? Yeah, but that's just my way of showing her I like her. Sorry, but did you ever consider what Irene felt when you were doing all of this? You're just bothering her. What did you say to me? I'm a bother to her, you say? How am I a bother? You're the one who's bothering us right now. I get it. You're just mad because you wanted Irene for yourself, don't you? But the joke's on you. Judging by how she looked when she ran away, I just need to make one more approach before she falls for me. What in the world made you think that she'll fall for you after just one approach? Didn't you see that she was terrified? Come on, she wasn't terrified. The only reason she ran away was because she got embarrassed at my approaches. Just a bit more and I could have managed to take her to my room where we could have some fun. But then you came along and ruined everything. You're a sick man, Dante. What you're saying right now are actually what a delusional man would say. You calling me delusional? Irene got scared by what you did and called me to save her. What? She wanted you to save her? What do you mean she got scared? According to Irene, this wasn't your first time doing something like this apparently. Even in the office, you would wait until I wasn't with her and suddenly start massaging her shoulders while she's working on the computer, or go up to her and smell her, or try to pull her hair so you could keep her for yourself. It often seems you would go up to her and say inappropriate things as well. Yeah, but she looked like she was enjoying it. If she didn't like it, she would resist. She said she didn't resist because she was scared and you were a senior employee, and because she didn't want to interrupt her work. Apparently, she was thinking about how to tell you that she didn't like what you were doing. What? Really? I'm going to report this incident to the company.
What?
Apparently, Irene was recording you with a secret microphone whenever you said those things to her.
She was recording me?
If we check the security cameras in the office as well, we'll probably be able to find the proof of what you did.
But all I wanted was to have someone as talented, as beautiful as Irene as my girlfriend. That's why I did all those things, because I thought that it would make her happy.
I haven't had a girlfriend in 5 years, but there's something even I know.
What is it?
If you make the mistake of getting the wrong ideas about your relationship with a woman, she's going to be disgusted by you and strike back.
Huh? Disgusted? Strike back?
Anyways, Irene's scared of you and has zero affection for you, so just give it up already.
But I was sure she liked me.
The next day, me, Irene, our manager, and a person in charge of employee compliance came to the office 1 hour earlier than usual and had a meeting. Dante didn't know about this and came to the office 15 minutes earlier than usual to tell the manager his version of the story. Apparently, he made it seem like he himself was the victim. It was too bad for him, though, that Irene had already showed him the evidence. So this only made it worse for Dante, as it was now apparent that he didn't regret his actions whatsoever. Dante miraculously wasn't fired, but instead relocated abroad where he would work for the next 30 years of his career. Dante's face went pale when he heard this, but it was too late for him. Of course, Irene made Dante pay an alimony to her for the distress he had caused her, and so Dante couldn't just quit his job since he had to get the money somehow. He was last seen crying at the airport before getting onto an airplane and leaving the country. Honestly, I wouldn't be so sad if I were him, as he basically gets a new chance at a life abroad. This is private, but Irene confessed her feelings to me, and we've been dating ever since. I proposed to her 1 year after that. That's a story for another day.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Marta, I had assumed for such a long time that you were awful at saving money for the future. However, I've just learned that you have over $500,000 saved up and everything? Huh? Wait, did you end up going into my place without ever asking me first? I have a lock on the place and everything that I keep locked, yet you still made it inside there? I just had to break your doorknob in order to get the door open, but that was pretty easy. You broke my frickin' doorknob to get into my place? Your door seemed to only be made out of cheap plywood or something like that, so it wasn't too hard to get your doorknob to break. What the hell? I'm only renting this place, so you need to calm the hell down. I was then able to get through your door after breaking the lock and everything, and was able to get a good look at your bank book. And that's when you got a good look at the account that has $500,000 in it, huh? That's absolutely right. So would you mind telling me why you have that kind of money saved up in there? Don't tell me that you did something unlawful to get your hands on that kind of money and that's where you've been keeping it. That's not how I got that money at all, Mom. Well, since you've seen the amount I have now, it'd be better for me to explain where it's all from and what it's for to you. That $500,000 is being saved by me for when I plan to retire so that I have something to fall back on in my old age. Retirement money? I've already told you before that I have no plans of getting married to anyone, right? I mean, I might one day have the urge to go out and marry someone if they end up being the person I'd want to spend the rest of my life with. But I'm already in my 30s now, and so I don't think that time will ever come. I think I'm better off just staying single and enjoying my life the way I like it. So in order to protect myself as I keep on aging, I've been saving up a large amount of money in case I ever need it for an emergency. But primarily for when I'm too old to care for myself. I understand that with work and everything, I'll most likely get myself a pension and perhaps a package on top of that as well when retiring. But it's nice to know I have some extra wealth to rely on if that money isn't enough. I've been working on saving that money up for about 10 years now, and with the help of some bonuses from work, it's made it to $500,000. Is that right? Well, now I can finally see that you didn't steal it from anywhere or something like that. Now I have something to ask you. Would you please give all that money to your older brother and his wife so that they can put it into their new home and get on with their lives? What? You understand that your brother has begun the process of building a new house, right, for his wife? I do know about that, yes. He even held a groundbreaking ceremony for the place as well, right? But, Mom, you can't just ask me to hand over my savings to him for something like that. Both he and his wife do very well for themselves and are great at saving their own money up. So I doubt that either of them need my money in order to build that place, right? If you're going to say no to me, then I'm going to have you kicked out. Huh? Have me kicked out of the house? What house are you talking about? I'm talking about your family's house. You know that I'm talking about having you kicked out of this place, right? Huh? I can't believe you, Marta. Going into your 40s here soon, and yet you're still living with your parents and everything in our house? I'm working a job of my own now, and I pay for my right to be here. Are you not aware that being the age you are and still living with your parents in their house causes them a lot of frustration? Causes you guys a lot of frustration? You think I'm the one causing you guys all the problems? I do, I sure do. All you are is a middle-aged woman that only cares about money and never plans on finding herself a husband. You may be our daughter, but you cause your father and I a lot of embarrassment by not moving out. You have a very long time before you need to start worrying about retirement and all of that. All you have to do is hand that money over to your brother, and then you can start saving up all over again and get that money back by the time you do have to retire. So if you want to continue living here with us, then you have to give up that $500,000 and hand it over to us. I'm not going to say all of this again to you, you greedy, husbandless woman. What's going on with you? Jake, do you have a moment to talk with me? I have something that I'd really like to ask you about.
Hey, Marta! What's going on with you?
When it comes to you and your wife, you both aren't struggling with money at the moment, correct?
Huh? Why are you asking me a question such as that?
Before I tell you, can you give me an answer to that question?
We're doing fine over here. And we don't really plan to get any help with the money right now anyway. If we really needed money and we had to go and get a bunch of loans, we'd never be building a house like the one we're working on.
That's what I thought. I know that I had to ask you something pretty personal, but it makes me feel a little better knowing that you guys aren't the problem. Sorry that it was something like that I was asking about.
You don't have to be so sorry about it. But it's very rare for someone like you to be asking me a question like that. What's been going on that's made you feel the need to ask?
Well, it has something to do with Mom again.
Again? Is she trying to do something strange with you again?
Well, what she's asked of me has something to do with you, and that's both why I've asked you that question and did so with a little bit of hesitation to telling you why.
What does she have to do with me?
Early today, around lunch, I was going out with a client of mine to have some talks. And while I was out doing that, Mom went and broke the doorknob to my place and went inside after completely ruining the door.
She broke down your door, basically?
And when she was in my place looking through my drawers, she stumbled across my bank book and got a good look at my savings account that has $500,000 in it.
Why is she in your place in the first place?
Well, it's because of things like this that I have you holding on to one of my checkbooks, and why I carry the other one on me at all times. So she was never able to actually access any of the money in my account. But she began asking me about the money while I was still out with my client. I couldn't just hide the reason for me having that money from her, since she'd probably get the wrong idea from it. So I told her the truth about the savings account and that it's meant for retirement. But after doing that, well, she asked me to take all of that $500,000 and hand it over to you guys for your new house to be built.
Huh?
Can you tell me what's really going on here?
Wait, I don't want anything to do with the money you've been saving, okay? We don't need it here.
That's what I was thinking. I even knew you'd say that to me.
But that's interesting. Interesting that she would say something like that about me.
What the hell is going on with her this time, I wonder?
Marta, this might be happening because of something I said or did around her.
Huh? What do you think happened to cause this?
Well, to tell you the truth, The construction on my new house has only just begun, but they've already gotten most of the wood beams up and everything. The skeleton, you know? And, well, Mom came and saw all of that.
That house you're having built right now is for you, your wife, and her parents to come and live in when it's finished, right? What was her reason for going out there to see the place being built?
Yeah, well, at first I thought she was there to just check the place out a little bit due to her curiosity, but I think she realized that there are 2 houses being built on the land, and started to think about it.
There's another part being built separately?
Well, that building is really being used for my wife to use as a classroom for when she teaches flower arrangement. But she came up to ask me to let her live there, and then kind of forced us to let her live there. And she even began to call us over and over again about it, and asking us to let her live there in that separate building.
Wait, but that's not okay. Your wife is pregnant at the moment as well, right? Your wife is in her late 40s as well now, so she can't have that kind of stress worrying about Mom and her antics while carrying a baby.
That's right. Hence why I've gone and blocked her number, and that way she won't be able to talk to us anymore while my wife is carrying our baby. So that's kind of the reason for why she might be coming after you now. Mom's a total jerk for pushing herself onto both of us like this. So to get her to leave us alone for good, I just sent her one text before blocking her, saying that if she brings me $500,000, then she can come and live in the new house with us.
Ah, and that's why she wants the $500,000 from me then.
In other words, I thought telling her off with some kind of deal like that would get her to leave everyone alone, but it's only made things a lot more crazy for us all. I'm sorry, Marta. I didn't think that any of this would spread to you so quickly, or at all for that matter.
I see. So that's what happened to get her to act this way. I'm not sure if she realized you were serious about that offer or not, but she seems to have started to look around for some money to start paying you. And when she saw that I had exactly that amount in my bank account, she told me to give it to you to help you with the house, which isn't the case after all.
I'm so sorry about this, Marta. Seriously.
Well, it's fine. This is a bit more than I was expecting, but it's actually kind of nice knowing that you guys are financially okay and don't really need my money for anything.
You feel alright about all this?
She gave me an ultimatum regarding the money, saying that if I don't give up my money, that she'd kick me out of her house. However, I've had a place in my name for a while now, but just haven't fully moved into it yet. And I've just kind of been sitting around thinking about what to do with the place. And since I'm not being threatened with being kicked out of the house, this might be the perfect chance for me to move the rest of myself into that place.
She said she would kick you out? That's a bit too extreme. She really has no idea about anything regarding our lives, does she?
That's right. So if she really wants to talk to me like that, then I guess I will go back to living in that other place I have.
I see. Well, have fun with that then. And if you need anything from me while that's going on, just give me a heads up and I'll come by.
Marta? If you don't want me telling my single and greedy daughter about what I'll do to her here soon, then hand me that $500,000, all right? If you don't, then you're going to have a real problem on your hands. You're going to lose the place you live in and then be forced onto the streets. And I might even have to cut ties with you as well. You understand that, right?
I understand and am totally fine with that.
Huh?
I'm not handing you over that $500,000 you so desperately want from me. So I'm supposed to leave the house now, right?
Huh? Wait a second there, Marta. From what I can tell, you don't actually understand what I've told you then, right? After you are kicked out of this house, I'm going to cut ties with you for good.
Yeah, and that's totally okay with me, Mom.
Huh?
And actually, I'm already out of that house now.
Huh?
I've gone back to my old place that I've had under my name for a while now, and I've made sure to bring all my things with me. So you don't have to worry about me anymore, okay?
Huh? What place are you talking about? Huh?
Why are you getting all surprised about this?
Well, look, Well, 2 years ago, you ran out of money to support yourself on your own, and that's why you came back home to live with us, right? And when your father died last year, the money from him, you were after that, right?
Excuse me? What are you talking about? The whole reason I came back home to live with you guys is because Dad was sick and you guys needed my help. And when he passed away, I couldn't just leave you, so I stuck around to continue to care for your needs. Right? Huh? Have you had no clue about all of this whole time? I guess I'll have to make this explanation as simple as possible for you then. To start, that place you've been living in with Dad for the past few years costs about $800 in rent each month. But the person that's actually been paying the rent this whole time has been me. Huh? For the longest time, Dad had been the one with his name on the place, but after he passed away, I was given the place to continue renting. Is that right? And not just the rent, but the water and gas, as well as the electricity and the food have all been paid for by me. I've been getting around $500 from Jake each month, but the rest is paid for by me. And as for the money that you've been spending for the past year now, that's all been from Dad after he passed away. But I'm assuming, based on how much you spend all the time, that amount from him is running dry and will all be gone soon. Are you sure? I am. Also, the main reason I haven't left the house and you this whole time after Dad became sick and then passed away is just because you can't do jack by yourself. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can barely even change your clothes without me telling you to sometimes. You made Dad do all the housework back when he was alive and well, right? Well, Dad was a whole lot better at doing all those things than me. And back when Jake and I were both growing up with you guys, the three of us would be able to do all the chores while you just sat around. But you never once lifted a finger to come and help us out, and that painted a very bad picture of you in our heads. To be frank, you aren't in any shape to need someone around that needs to care for you, and you are able to get anything done that needs to be done on your own. So you should be forced to do that now. But of course, you still need the rent and stuff paid for on that house, so I couldn't just leave you to handle all that on your own. Jake has taken over the company of his father-in-law and doesn't have time to come over to you guys anymore. And as for me, I work remotely and can make my own schedule up, so I'm the only one in the family with a situation that works out well enough to allow me to be there at your house. That's the whole reason I had to leave my place and come back to you both when you guys needed the house. I never knew about any of this before. We've told you plenty of times before. Even Dad told you before he passed away. But I do remember that every time we'd talk with you about it, you'd go on whining about how you wanted to go and live with Jake and leave Dad behind with me at the house. And even after he passed away, you still whined about being with Jake and his wife, so you never ever listened to what we had to tell you. But that's because it's normal for the mother to go and live with her oldest son. And that's why everyone told you over and over again that Jake and his wife have been having to care for her parents. Because unlike your lazy butt, the both of them can't even walk well enough anymore and need the help. And another reason they don't want you around anymore is because you kept trying to force them to let you live there. Why don't you just listen to what they have to say and then be quiet about it? I understand that you would have looked at the place and thought that you'd be able to just squeeze on into it, but that extra building you saw being built is meant to be for his wife's flower arranging classes, which they are now going to be using to house her parents in. But you didn't even listen to that story either and have now created a lot of unnecessary stress for them all. But Jake told me that if I had $500,000 to give to him, he'd think about letting me live there. That's why I need your $500,000. Jake only said that as a way of getting you to stop talking to them, and it almost worked out for everyone. Huh? He never thought that you'd come looking for money from me and then expect to get said money once you found it. But he's going to need that money for the house, right? He told me he doesn't even need my $500,000 and to keep it. What? But that's... It looks like we've both gone on a bit too long with this, but that's what's been happening, Mom. Marta? I've told the real estate agency that starting next month, the contract on that place is being canceled. You're canceling it? You have until next April to move out of there. But that's not even half a year away anymore. You have a place already and prepared for me to live in next, right? And it seems that Jake has been on to that. What? But be aware that this doesn't mean you're going to go and live with him next. Then what is he planning to do with me? Well, Marta, what the hell?
You are my gosh dang daughter, so you take care of me until the day I die. Shut the hell up, Mom. Huh? Have you not even realized yet that I'm super pissed at you? Marta? You started all of this off by saying that you'd have me kicked out of my own place and then cut ties to me. But only an hour or so later, you're asking for me to take care of you until the end? I'm tired of listening to you change your mind all the time, only to fit your selfish needs. Wait a second. You can't talk to me like that. Who the hell was the one that asked for me to be this upset? Huh? Having to keep talking to you like this is hurting my heart. I can't do this with you any longer. I'll do as you've asked and cut ties with you. Wait, Marta! Goodbye forever. Marta! After I finished with her, I handed everything off to my brother to finish up. Since my mom didn't really have any more money for herself, Jake ended up spending a little bit on her to make sure that she was sent to an old folks' home to spend the rest of her days. But on the day she was supposed to go into her new living quarters, she began to bawl her eyes out and ran to Jake's house looking for him to take her, but that never happened. She then proceeded to head back to the old folks' home and moved into her room. Every so often, we get calls from the place regarding her, saying that she doesn't require a lot of their attention, but she's also not really bonding with any of the other people living there. Now, as for me, after telling my mom that I was through with her out of anger and then explaining I was cutting ties to her, I never got a text or call from her again. I'm thinking that the next time I'll be meeting with her will be at her funeral. But of course, I don't mind that becoming reality, and have started to only focus on myself and the fun life I want to live.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.